Yes, let's continue. So, ideas, bacon. Uh, Honestly, uh, probably dominate one. I think you might have more dice in it, and it's actually gonna be relatively easier because their willpower isn't that high. They're not like meant to be undomable. For the simple reason that, well, I'm generally ruling that the average vampire might have something like 5 or 6 willpower, which is still pretty good for mortal, but you know, it's generally more experienced vampires that have been through some shit that have willpower that is like 7, 8, or even 9. Like Serath is pretty damn amazing with the willpower rating he has. As it should be.
Of course, I'm badass every single way.
So, do you think that you can get like 2 successes on a willpower roll? Or rather, not on a willpower, on a dominate roll against 5 or 6? As opposed to, you know, a courage and wits-based attack, which may well be a lot higher. Okay. So, you do, I think, need to use what's his face, a to make a you need to make a stamina roll in order to be able to act and heal at the same time. Generally speaking. So it's stamina plus survival if you have any of that. But since your stamina is pretty good, you know, you might be okay there. You were rolling your buffed stamina, I take it. Well, then you won't be able to heal come next turn. Okay, Malik will be trying to do that. Bacon will continue being on the ground and lose a blood point as he attempts to heal and act at the same time. Well and good. Thin Bloods 2 and 4 are gonna be doing their thing, whereas Thin Blood 13 is actually gonna go and see if his friend Thin Blood 5, or Thin Blood 3 rather than Thin Blood 13, he's gonna go and see if his friend needs any help. Namely, if Thin Blood 5 is doing okay against the vampire she led off. Thin Blood 5 and Thin Blood 1 are both dead. Or rather, Thin Blood 5 is in torpor and not in the thing anymore. So, Serath, you're not able to heal, but
I ignore my wounds and then I attack the not La Sombra, the guy with the shotgun.
okay, slice his face off. You may indeed proceed to do that. Oh, you're moving away from the door. Okay.
Away from the tentacles.
Oh, right. Right. So, yeah. Fair enough. So, make your swording roll. It was nice knowing you, Thin Blood, too. It was nice knowing you. You did some good work on your ally there. So, you may proceed to fuck him over with your damage.
That's 10 dice again. Woot!
Yes, indeed. Okay.
Only 4.
You know, it's fine. His stamina isn't the bestest. In fact, I might tell you that there is no way he can soak all of that. He takes 3 damage. He seems mildly displeased at this.
That's what he gets. That's what he gets for shooting me in the head with the shotgun.
Yeah, he actually did manage to do some damage there. So, who's up next? Thin Blood 3 is actually gonna move to the door and peek in. And Chloe is still doing his thing. Malik is just gonna move up somewhat and, you know, stop just short of melee range, I suppose. Well, since he won, I did say that he would move up. Let's put him in point blank range, since he can't actually go through to the central room as he originally planned. Raffaello failed to heal and act at the same time. Well and good. Incidentally, you don't need to spend willpower to try and ignore the wound penalties simply because you never got that far. As for these two guys, at Thin Blood 2, you took him down a bit. He's actually not... did I say if he was gonna use celerity to shoot at you twice?
Don't think so.
Yeah, in which case he won't, because he's getting awfully low on blood, and you know, I have been rolling at the wrong difficulty because they are in point blank range on you.
That is true.
So that's
A 6?
yeah,
Like,
that's 4 successes. No, that's not even 4 successes, that's 3 successes because you've weakened him horribly at this point. So
is don't kill me?
I'm trying to, but I did say that this was a tougher fight. Oh, thank God,
Yes, you did.
He still sucks. He still sucks, you're fine. Go ahead and soak that. Oh yeah, you're good.
If only I could roll that the entire time, that would be very nice.
But you know, just rolling over in this place and taking up residence in Sabbat territory, that was gonna be a thing. That flaming stake is what was stuck in the guy that Serath ate.
The former sheriff that I diabolized.
Shh.
And it has, like...
Clearly that was a sabbat vampire. That wasn't the sheriff. It couldn't have been the sheriff. Clearly...
Yes, those...
Whoever is saying that was mistaken. Yeah, that's... I'm just gonna ignore the last success because it's easier than adjusting it every time. So that's potentially 3 lethal damage from the heavy pistol.
I lost connection to server. Okay.
To what server? To this one, the voice chat?
No, to the Roll20 server.
Well, just try and refresh, I guess.
it right now.
Okay. I mean, you probably shouldn't trust my rolls.
I don't.
And I'm getting a connection interrupted as well. Dofrak, Bacon, are you getting the same?
He wouldn't be able to tell you since he is communicating through Roll20.
Well, he could always... Yeah, well, I got my connection back apparently. But yeah.
Same here.
We were just worrying about connection issues. But yeah, this weapon will do fire damage instead of lethal damage or bashing damage. It is essentially the kind of weapon that Tremere can create with level 2 rituals, which allows you to, depending on how many successes you get, make several attacks that do essentially flaming damage. So if you were to stick this into someone, it would essentially burn a hole in their chest or wherever you stuck it. That's what makes this Burning Blade level 2 ritual valuable, if you can get it, and you no doubt will someday. Though it does take like 4 blood points to make a weapon like this. Still, yeah, the guy which I have been hinting at, namely this Tobias Abrams, may well be a Tremere who may well know that ritual and who may well be rather skilled at thaumaturgy. And he may well have used that weapon to stake the sheriff, because it's a lot harder to block a stake if it's filled with fire and can be soaked with stamina. So we we were just finishing this turn. I needed you to roll stamina for me against 3 successes from the other thin blood you're still facing.
Yeah, you have to still roll damage.
I did. She got 3.
Oh. Crap?
Well, you're on the ground. Okay. Don't worry, you'll be fine. You'll be fine. Okay. So that turn is over. Thin Blood 2 is gonna stay over here to make sure that neither of you gets back up. He doesn't seem to be interested in actually putting you into torpor or much, if he can avoid it. And Thin Blood 4 is gonna head up to deal with Yay Malik. Meanwhile, Malik is of course gonna try and screw Thin Blood 3. You can actually try to play dead while you heal up. Rolling, I don't know, say, well, something in subterfuge. Manipulation subterfuge. If you can make a manipulation subterfuge roll, you can pretend that you are still badly damaged even as you close your wounds. So. Thin Blood 13 is gonna, of course, try and chop at Malik. And you, Bacon and Serath, are you gonna try and heal up and play dead at the same time?
Well, I'd be healing up and spending another point of willpower to ignore my wounds so I could stab someone.
Let's do that on my end now.
Hey. So, both of them are on the ground, but they're still conscious. Neither of them is in torpor. One of the Tin Bloods will stay there and make sure they don't get back up. And the other two are moving towards you, Malik.
Fun.
Tin Blood
See
3.
David Arquette. What'd you say?
Tin Blood 3 is carrying an axe, and he managed to chop rather heavily into Raffaello. You might want to just get rid of him using your Dominate, because he will almost certainly be dominatable by you, and they're young enough that they won't have too much willpower.
So just give him a commandment and tell him to leave, or?
Yeah, essentially. I mean, none
Okay, we
of...
can do that. I'll declare that. I'll do that. And what about this? Seraph is still dealing with these two. Did he kill either of them, or any of them incapacitated?
You killed one, and Sarath obliterated one as well.
Where did Chloe go?
Thin Blood 3 actually used Presence 2 on her, and she is sobbing in the basement currently.
Okay. Yeah, so I'm going to use Dominate and just tell him to get the hell out.
Yes, but before that, he will attempt to chop into you using his axe, because he does have initiative on you.
Okay, hey, can't dodge and then do discipline, can I?
You would have to split your dice pools.
Okay.
So
I'm full health, so I'm pretty sure I'll be okay.
yeah, you can. I will let you spend willpower to. Well, if you take damage, you can spend willpower to ignore wound penalties so that you can make your dominate at full strength. You know, without it becoming useless.
Alright.
Okay, so Sarath, first of all, it's your turn.
Yes.
You can heal up to 2 points due to being 9th generation for some strange reason. So you can get up to
Yay.
-2, I believe. Right? And,
Yep.
well, it doesn't matter since you wanted to spend what little is left of your waning willpower to ignore wound penalties anyway, right?
True.
And, well, there's 2 tentacles on top of you, Bacon, but you can always play dead while you slowly heal up. Luckily, it appears that those Tin Bloods don't want to kill you if they can avoid it. Maybe someone
I
powerful...
wonder if they're planning on eating us now. But I won't let them, because I'll be stabbing them.
Well, that or someone powerful wants your asses to question you about the clan's dealings, perhaps, in this area.
They'll have to kill me to be able to put me down.
Well, you're clearly also the most powerful and most valuable here, right?
And the one who just cut the guy with the shotgun once more.
Okay, so you're just gonna fuck him up. That's fair.
Yep.
So, as you begin to slump down, you just reform your shattered skull using your blood and come at him again.
Exactly.
Fair enough.
And it's another 10 points of 10 dice of damage against him.
That may well be. Go ahead and roll for it. Put
And
him...
it is 4 damage.
Roll? I'm not seeing it.
It's right there.
Oh, right, I'm getting a connection thing. Yeah, he fails to soak, so He is...
I can't see that either, because now I get a connection thingy.
Yeah, I'm just gonna trust your word. He's on the ground. He's on the ground. He's still conscious, but he's on the ground. The Thin Blood 4 was gonna head over while this guy made sure that nothing untoward happened here. Yep, I'm seeing it now. Alright. So...
Why are you not in the... Why does it show that you are not... that you are... Now I can see you in the actual... in this.
You know, I have no idea. But yeah, Thin Blood 4 was gonna head over there while this guy stayed in control of these guys, and she's gonna do that, not realizing that you are down for good as you are slumping, and since Bacon hasn't been moving rather cleverly over there, she might well think that he's in torpor as well. So Thin Blood 3 is gonna take a chop at Malik. Using his dexterity melee. He has taken 1 dice of damage incidentally, so he's somewhat hurt. But it doesn't actually slow him down. Okay. And strength plus potence plus 4 in this case. Difficulty 6. Please soak 3 points of lethal damage, Malik. Malik? Nietzsche?
I'm here. I'm trying to get my sheet up. For some reason, I keep clicking off of it. Soaking, that's just dexterity, right? Or stamina?
Stamina, yes. I mean, you know, he's not gonna fuck you up too badly. Apparently it was a pretty glancing blow, and he would be right in your face at this point. Okay, so you soak 2. You don't take any wound penalties. You've just taken 1 point of damage. So you're at bruised right now.
Okay.
Okay. So, Thin Blood 9. Yeah, she can't move up far enough to really help her friend. In any case, but you can move before her, so you may make your dominate roll. Incidentally, if you... I'm actually going to type it in the chat. If you roll like this, and add a greater than 6, for example, like so, you can actually make it compare, you know, count successes, compare it to 6. And if you do that and add F1 to the end, it will actually filter out the ones and subtract successes from them. You only have 3 dice on that.
I have 3 dots of dominate. Does that only give me 3 dice?
No, your roll... Dominate 1 is manipulation, intimidate, so you can roll another 2.
I'm going to try and do it the normal way. Hold on. Manipulation, intimidate.
I mean, you did get 1 success on the first 3, but you can make a proper roll for all of them at once if you want.
I'm going to try a proper roll.
Alright. You know, this fight may well have been very different if Karen had been awake. So 1 success. Alright.
And I'd like to tell him to get the hell out.
Okay, what is the exact wording you use? You just tell him to leave?
Yeah, that's the exact wording. I just said get the hell out.
Well, you have to
Not a word.
stress one word, so you're stressing out?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. In which case, he's gonna go back and play with Serath next turn, I believe. Or try to. Meanwhile, Thin Blood 4 is gonna move up to the door to help her friend. She's not gonna be shooting at you, she's just, well, checking
Wouldn't
out.
she be in the way of the door then? Or
Yes,
way of
she
him so he
would.
can't leave?
Yes, she would. But that's the action she declared, and that's what she's gonna do. And Thin Blood 2 was gonna keep an eye on things, but he has been surprised by bad people, so he's currently down on the ground and he will try to heal up next turn.
Does he have any blood left?
He has 4 points. He temporarily lowered his generation, and that includes not having to spend 2 blood points to get the effect of 1, so he has been going through them a lot less quickly than the others. Okay, Thin Blood 4 is gonna be trying to shoot Malik in the head. She's not close enough to get point blank, unless Malik moves up, but you know, that's a thing. Meanwhile, Raffaello, are you gonna be trying to heal up while continuing to play dead? Okay. If healing is all that you're doing, you don't need to roll stamina for it. You can just lie there, not breathing, not moving, pretending to be in torpor, and just... Hell, I won't even make you roll manipulation subterfuge. You can just pretend to be dead, as you have been doing, essentially. Malik, you can continue trying to dominate people, or you can take a shot at someone's head.
I'm gonna dominate this girl and then actually do it right this time.
Okay. You can try and heal a point of damage if you succeed on a stamina roll at difficulty 8, or stamina survival if you have survival. If you fail, you just spend the blood point but don't heal. Usually healing is something you spend the entire turn doing, but you can try and combine it with a normal action if you succeed at the roll. Thin Blood 3 is... he's gonna be struggling against the command, but he is gonna try and squeeze past Thin Blood 4 and move out of the room. What is your move, Serath?
I'd ignored my wound penalties for another time and stab the guy on the ground to death.
Well, what are you at -2?
-2.
You only need to do 1 point of damage to put him in torpor.
Yeah, that's true. I don't actually need to ignore my wound penalties this turn.
Yeah, your willpower must be getting pretty damn low.
I'm at 3, I think.
You know, I'm gonna tell you a pro tip. And this is a bit of a spoiler, but it's something you could have learned through rumors and such. Alberta has dominate up to 3. You don't want to be that vulnerable.
Anyway, I hit, so now we roll damage.
Yes, indeed. Indeed you do.
Damn it.
Wow. Wait. Does strength take the penalty as well? I mean, you should be at...
I have no idea.
God damn it, White Wolf. You know, yeah, it makes sense for strength to take the penalty. It really does.
It
Melee.
wouldn't actually matter for this roll, but whatever.
Well, it's strength +2, so if your strength is at buff to up to 4, then you would have another die to roll, right? In theory.
Yes, in theory.
Yeah, but you know. So this guy is gonna try and heal a point, since that's all he can do on his turn. And Thinblood 3. He is gonna shake the Dominate off, since it was a pretty weak attempt, but he does move a few spaces back, and he is confuzzled for this round. Chloe is still sobbing. Bronson and Romina are still blasting away at something in the other room. There's a lot of crashing and thudding from there. Doesn't sound like it's good news, but who knows? Malik, you wanted to dominate Thinblood 4. What is the command you use?
Leave the Chantry.
Okay, so leave. Alright. You may make your roll. Difficulty 6. They are not... I mean, they're experienced fighters, but they're pretty young and they're not that strong of will. Okay. So she's gonna abort her action, and she's gonna be leaving. Just leaving outright. Raffaello, you may heal a point of damage and, you know, use 1 blood point to heal a point of damage, since that's all you're doing. Keep in mind that well, you might actually be okay, since the tentacles are made by Thinblood 4, and she's gonna be just leaving. She's not running, but she's jogging out. So she's in the front room now, and you know, she may well not decide to come back. So that leaves Thinblood 2, who is gonna use what little blood he has left to try and get back on his feet, healing up to 1. And he can't even stand yet, he's still crippled, just staring up at the horrible visage of Serath. So this is what a true wizard looks like, eh? So, okay, server problems. You guys can still hear me?
Yes, I can.
Okay.
Yes.
And I was going to say that it will be the only wizard you'll be ever seeing again.
You know, he's seen Tobias. He's not that impressed with you, but he's kind of impressed. Well, actually, this kind of confirms everything he's known about the Tremere, since Tobias is a Tremere, and he's pretty much the only Tremere he has ever seen. Of course, that street cred is completely useless, since he won't live long enough to actually spread it.
Yep.
And the tentacles are currently useless because the La Sombra is out of the room, and they will swiftly fade since she is no longer close enough to control them. So you can actually try and get up, Raffaello. The tentacles seem to be just drooping there without doing anything. I'm actually gonna restart the recording, and then we can declare our actions.